You guys, I've been asked to be in this collaboration and I'm so excited. It's a Celebrate Your Wonderful World collab. It's so much fun. There's so many freebies, you guys. Look at all the names on here. They are fantastic. They all have like a Kofi or Google Drive. I'll have them linked down below. Go check them out and go download these challenges. These are so much fun. You get to travel the world with us, technically. So Joe at Liam's Mom 247, Amy by Nature, myself at Canadian Finance Journey, Jamie at Charma Budgets, Heather at Homemaking with Heather 72, Susan, Windmill Ridge Budgets, Bonnie at Bonfire Budgets, Tiffany, Savings with Tiffany, Dawn at Dawn Sunrise Budgeting, Michelle at Laney Bug Budgets, Judy, Save with Judy, Becca Budgets 777, Alexis, Dying Outlaw Games and Budgets, Laura at Laura Bell Creations, Jacqueline, Budget with PJ, Vicky Thinks, Shelly at Shelly's Crafty Corner 7433, Jill, What Matters Most Now. These channels all created some kind of freebie for us to save with, and I'm still, honestly, I need to catch up on printing them out, but I will show you a little bit of what it looks like. This is the envelope dashboard if you want to save with us, and it has all of our names and it has our dashboard, and I'll show you what I created first. Like I said, I still need to print some out from the other ladies, so I will get to that for our next video. I went with Canada in general. Honestly, when she asked me if I wanted to do it, she was kind of just saying like where you live. I was just kind of thinking, should I do it? Because I live right now in the East Coast. That's where I was born. But I lived for like 10 years already in the West Coast. And I was just kind of torn on which one I wanted to do. So I did a little bit of everything. So I did like a general Canada savings challenge. So this is a little board game. And then you get to save. It says, please start here. And I had to add this please because like Canadians are known to be extra polite. So I did have to add that in here because I thought it was funny. And then you get savings. And then you roll a dice. If you roll one, you land on this little maple syrup, and then you have to choose how much the maple syrup are worth and how much the little beavers are worth, because the beaver is the national animal for Canada. And then so you get to choose, and then you save that amount. If you roll a 1, you save $1. If you save 3, you save another maple syrup. Here's a beaver, and so on. Here's you have a free treat. Meaning you just get a free pass if you stay here. It's kind of like Monopoly where you get a free parking lot. And then you can continue on and there, or you can continue on and do all of them if you want to. So I did this first one as a board game. This next savings challenge is I made some minis and some tinies. The first stop on every Canadian road trip is a Tim Hortons. So yeah, that is pretty accurate, to be honest, because whenever you go on a road trip, you need like your coffee or Timbits or donuts or a bagel or breakfast wrap or whatever it is. This is definitely probably like Starbucks in certain, like in the States. Not every town in Canada has a Starbucks. Those are like more for the bigger towns or bigger cities. So we all know that Tim Hortons is in every little town or close to in Canada. So we have a lot of Tim Hortons. That is our go-to cafe spot. And I just did a Canadian babe with some little lips, Canadian lips here, kissing. It kisses you like, love you. So that's what I did for this one. And then I just did a Canada. It has all kinds of little icons on here, like a duck or a goose, a moose, the Canadian flag, an acorn, a toque or a hat, a hockey, a thermos, a coffee cup, I'm assuming this is a bear, some skates, maple syrup, a bear, paw print, mountains, lighthouse, and so on. Those are all like things that signifies Canada in some way, shape, or form. And then I had a Happy Canada Day in like fireworks kind of looking thing here to save as a tiny. So I created those ones if you are interested in saving with that. And then I wanted to make it a little bit, because all the girls had, or a lot of the girls had a little bit of a, almost like a get to know me kind of section. I created a little bit of a card game where you can actually allocate money to it if you want. If you get it right, you get save $2. If you get it wrong, you save $5, for example, whatever, how you want to do it. What rank is Canada on the world's largest country list? 6, number 2, number 9, or number 1? That's one of the questions. Canada has the world's longest coastline. How long is it? And I did put it in kilometers because that is what we use in Canada. Miles, it's a lot less because there's more kilometers in a mile. So anyways, I did put it in kilometers since we are in Canada and I wanted to make it Canadian. Where is located the highest tide in the world? And then I add some ideas here, and then you choose the one that you think is best. Male celebrities. Which male celebrity isn't from Canada? So I couldn't choose just one to be from Canada, so I had to choose more. So I made it that you have to choose which one isn't from Canada. Female celebrity isn't from Canada. Choose how many provinces or territories does Canada have? And then you choose here, which of these are Canada's national animal? I kind of just gave you the idea there. Canada measures 4,600 kilometers from top to bottom and 5,500 kilometers from east to west, but is only home of what percentage of the world's population? So we do have a big country, but technically we don't have a big population compared to the world's population. What are called Canadian $1 and $2 coins? And then I have some ideas here. So turn it into whatever you feel like would be appropriate. But that is the 3 savings challenges that I created for you guys to save with. I'm going to show you a few here. This is my friend Jamie. She is from Tarma Budgets on YouTube here, and she created Frank Slide, the deadliest rock slide in Canada, which honestly I have never heard of this, so I'm gonna have to look it up. She talked about Burmese Tree and then the Crow's Nest Pass, and she's from out west, so I'll have to look into this a little bit more. But she does give some ideas, some like facts about it here, and you get to just read it and learn about it a little bit more. There's some pictures here, and then there's the tree here that she talks about. Saving with Tiffany did a few different ones. She has a hot dog savings here, some pizza savings where you save on the pepperonis, an IOU on 4 out of 11 governors have went to prison, that's pretty sad to be honest. And there's a fully funded slip here. And she did Illinois, so she did an Illinois Plinko to the state symbol. So then you go down and you play Plinko, and you get to the symbol. Magnificent Mile in Chicago, so she did a game board here. And then she founded in 1818 as the 21st state. So then you get to save a certain amount per coin in this one. This one I forgot to write down who it was from. Oh, I'll double check. Budget with PJ did this one where it's Orange Blossom. Each letter you save a specific amount, and then you can save for these dice. There's some oranges here and more oranges here. It says the flower is a significant history in Florida. The sign of the flower with a significant history in Florida is the orange blossom, which is designated as the state flower in 1909, representing the state's citrus industry and cultural identity, which is really cool. And then we have this one from Budget with PJ still, and she talks about St. Augustine, and then she has a roll and save, and then another roll and save, and then you save for the dice here. Shelly's Crafty Corner. She has so many, honestly. I downloaded a portion because they are so pretty. She talks about Orlando, Florida, or this one is a Disney one, Miami Beach here, Port of Miami right here. She has a Cape Florida lighthouse where she has a save per item on the beach here. And then she has a little bit of a description on this one. She has a Puerto Rico where she talks about specific things where you save for the cards. She talks about Puerto Rico here again, and those are minis where you can save with. She has a roll and save kind of game on this one, and it talks about Puerto Rico. So these are really fun, you guys, because technically we're not just traveling the world, we're actually learning about it as well. So that's really fun. I'm really enjoying this. So I'm gonna have to go get all of them, but I was too excited to not show you guys. What matters most now, she did these little tinies where you save a specific amount, and she has a little bit of different scenes in this one. And she has some beautiful pictures in this one where you either use it as a scratch and save. They're cute. There's some more tinies in this one, and then she has a whole list of how that works, like a little description of those, and then she has also these ones as well. And that's what I have printed so far. So sorry, you guys. Like I said, we have so many amazing channels doing this, and I just can't wait to start. Like I said, I'll have them all linked down below. Please go check them out. And go get their freebies so we can all save and travel the world together and not cost us a cent. I'm all about budgeting, traveling on a budget, if you follow me. Okay. Saving with Sam. This is not Happy Meal, but I did find it in her Kofi shop. Look how cute. I wet my plants. Plant fund. Just one more plant. I love it. I've been gaining interest in plants in the last, like, since COVID, to be honest, like everybody else, right? We've turned into plant parents and dog parents and pet parents since COVID. So I do love the plants, and I will eventually get a little oasis of plants in my house again. I had it before I moved out here, so I had to get rid of a lot of my plants when I moved, so I want to rebuild that. I'm gonna get back to this one, but I do want to show you a freebie that my friend Dee at What I Do With My Money, she has in her Kofi shop. She says this is to, I guess she had somebody at work that wasn't too nice to her, so she made a savings challenge. She says, please cancel my subscription to your issues, and he who is quick to borrow is slow to pay. So she made a savings challenge like this, and I wanted to show it to you because I love her. She is amazing, and I haven't heard from her in a little bit, so I hope she's doing okay, and I hope you guys have seen her channel before, have gone to check her out. She has a lot of amazing channels, like amazing videos. She's a fellow Canadian. She's really, really good. So please go check her out and go support her as much as you can. I would appreciate that. So that is Dee at What I Do With My Money. And then I received this as Happy Meal. This is from CBA Mom Saves. She is on YouTube, Kofi, and Etsy. And she made this spring box challenge. There's the dashboard. There's a few IOUs. And then there's like number 1 right here, and then there's a few cards. Look at the colors. I love it. Love it. And it's all spring themed stuff. Easter, and then there's search and saves. It says repeat until all have been found. So if you find the flowers, then you get the ears, then you get the bumblebee, and so on. So you get all of these cards. Look how cute. 3 times on the next card, 4 times on the next card. Play 1 round of Shut the Box. Okay, and then she has all kinds of different games back here. There's a Shut the Box, color and save, help the baby duck find the family pond, save 25 cents per roll, or save the amount you land on. So you can roll and get through this little domino piece. And then she has a bonus money envelope. This is like you fold it in half and then you get a money envelope. So cute, you guys. So this is from Jo at CBA Mom Saves. So she did send me as Happy Meal. So I love it. Thank you, girl. I love it. It's so cute. It kind of goes with my whole plant theme here. And I just created something, you guys. You guys, give me a heads up on what you think about this. Did you guys play this game when you were younger? I'm a 90s kid, so I have played this game. And you had this little miner guy, I didn't make him, but you had this little miner guy and he was shooting this little thing and he had to collect the coins or collect the diamonds. And if you get a rock, you get nothing. But if you collect a diamond, you get $3. And if you collect a coin, you get $1 for a safe 20. This is level 1. I made 3 levels so far. Level 2, it's a safe 35 for the same prices, 3 per diamond, 1 per coin. And then I have a level 3, which is a safe 50, and it's 5 per diamond and then 2 per coin. So what you could do with this is laminate it, add a scratch off on these items, and then that way you just scratch off the item and then you get to see how much you're saving. You can save one at a time, you can make it your own, you can do whatever. But oh my gosh, I loved this game when I was younger, like teenage years, to be honest. But yeah, so have you guys played this before? Are you liking it? Like, does it bring like younger self vibes? I hope it does, because it sure does to me. So I am gonna add that to my Kofi shop at some point. You guys let me know what you think about it. Should I do it as a smaller version, maybe an A6 size? I could shrink it down. This is like a full page one, so let me know. Let me know what you think. This is like a prototype version, so let me know how you feel about it so I can kind of go from there. But I hope you love it just as much as it makes me happy. So yeah, so this is gonna be on my Kofi shop at some point. If I need to make modifications, you guys will let me know down below, right? And then yeah, so there's saving with Sam, CBA Mom Saves, and D at what I do with my money. So I'll let you get back to your video. Thanks, guys. Hi everyone, welcome back to Canadian Finance Journey. My name is Bobby, and today's video is a budget with me for paycheck number 2 of April 2025. I do have a magic month this month, so that's exciting because then I get a 3rd paycheck because I am a bi-weekly paid employee. I do work full-time in healthcare, and I do sometimes travel for one of the hospitals that I work to, so then I sometimes get a bonus paycheck in a sense. That is travel expenses. So today's not a travel expense paycheck, it's just my regular paycheck. However, I did at the beginning of April get a increase of salary, so that's also reflected in here, and I love it. It's not a huge part, but it makes, I'd say, about 150 per paycheck extra, so I'll take it. So I do have so April number 2. Mom paycheck, and then I have a dad paycheck. So sorry, I'm like shaking you guys. I'm gonna switch back to my trusty dandy Sharpie. Okay, so for mom paycheck I am getting $18.90, and for my husband he's getting $700. So that's 15. Oh, that's a 2. So $25.90 is our total income for this paycheck. Our bills, let's go over that. This is my bills binder. So what I do, how I do my bills is I have all of my bills are online. So what I do is I have a specific bills savings account that I have all my money deposited into my checking, and then I transfer that money into my bills savings account, what is allocated for bills per paycheck. I hope I made sense of that. So this binder is only strictly trackers, but it does reflect what is in my savings account for my bills. So our first bill is our mortgage. And I did have nothing in that savings account for it. So for this paycheck, we're adding $585. So I'm going to put it here, $585. that is how much we're adding to this from this paycheck into my specific bills savings account for my mortgage specifically. So also, I do have a car insurance that I am saving for. I am a month ahead on my car insurance. The only one I'm not a month ahead is my mortgage. My mortgage, I save and pay for the next bill, like the next day is when my bill comes out. So I only have like a day ahead. So every paycheck, I specifically save exactly what I need for my mortgage. Other than that, everything else is either monthly, which is a month ahead. Like in April, I'm saving the money for May's bill. And then I have a few that are yearly. I have the water bill is a yearly bill, home insurance, property taxes, and both mine and my husband's life insurance. Those are yearly bills. Every bill that I can translate to a yearly bill, I will get to it. My car insurance, I can get to a yearly bill. I am just gonna have to build up enough, and I'm still working with insurances to try to find the best car insurance in my area. I always look for the best deal. Like I even got an email at work it's been a few weeks, but I got an email saying that with my union that we could get a special discount on our home and car insurance if we were through Cooperators. Cooperators is a business that does life insurance, it does car insurance, it does home insurance, it does pretty much all kind of insurances. So if I would go with Cooperators, I could get a discount on my insurance just by being a member of my union, like work union. So I did call them, and let's see here. So I do already have my home insurance with them. I just paid in January $17.85 for my home insurance. However, because of this deal that I'm getting with my union, I'm actually saving $477 a year just by being in my union, which is fantastic. So I did call them. They did refund me. However, I didn't add it to here. I actually added to my property taxes since that's the next bill that I'm working on. So $475 is what I'm adding to my property tax account or envelope from this refund that I'm getting for my home insurance. Hopefully that makes sense. So I am saving $477 a year just by having Cooperators insurance as well as insurance through my union or my work. So that's fantastic. So technically I'm only paying $1,308 per year for home insurance, which is mind-blowing. That's half of what I was quoted for before I even called Cooperators to switch. I'm mind blown. I'm excited about that. Every saving in my pocket is what I'm searching for. That was a sidetrack, but car insurance, I am a month ahead. For this bill, for this paycheck, I'm actually saving $60. I just paid my April bill in the beginning of April. So $60 is going towards my May bill, but I had already $80, so now I have $140, which is exactly what I need for beginning of May to pay my May bill. So that I am good. So I'm saving $140 into my bills account for bills. Daycare, that is, my husband is in school, so we are still funded for this. We are actually getting to the end. My husband graduates from college, his first year of plumbing, in June, but he does have 2 weeks of practicum in May. So technically we're gonna get money again in May, but that is it. So we're taking advantage of everything that we're getting. So I'm very, very, very thankful that we had that during the time he was in school. Our internet bill. I am adding $70 in here, so I'm going to add $70. So I already had 65 and now I'm at 135, which will cover our next bill or close to. Phones. Phones, I'm adding $30 in this paycheck. I had minus 20 because I didn't actually budget properly last time, and that's okay. I'm adding 30, now I have 10. Electricity, it's $350 per month, no matter the year, because I made it equal throughout the whole year. So I'm adding $175 per paycheck. So now I have $175. So $175 for that one. Subscriptions. I did actually have in March, got my car registration, $90, SUV registration, $125. So I was in the minus $235 because of that, because I didn't actually budget in advance for it. But because this is online, it's one account for all of these envelopes. I do have money in there at all times. It's about $4,000, give or take, depending on what time of year it is. But I always have money in that account to cover all the bills. So I am able to borrow from another envelope to pay this one. So that is very, very beneficial. So I did have minus 235. On the first, I added 165. Now I only had minus 70. And today we're adding $100 to make it plus 30. So now we're at $30. So water, I am skipping. I already paid for the full year for my water bill, which was $735, and I paid that in February. So that is taken care of for the whole year. However, technically I should be adding to it every month. I am not doing it at the moment because I'm concentrating on another one of my yearly bills that we had to, our property taxes is what I'm concentrating on right now. So between my water bill, my home insurance, my property taxes, my life insurances, these are all yearly bills. So those ones kind of fluctuate with what I can put into it. But as long as I have the correct amount of money for the time when the bill is due, that is the important part. Whether I save every month or I save every 2 or 3 months, it doesn't matter as long as I have the money when it's due. So that's the fun thing about having yearly bills instead of monthly bills. So much more wiggle room in your budget that way. So I love that. So my water bill, I'm not saving for it right now. Home insurance, I'm also not saving for it right now because I just paid my 2025 bill in the beginning of the year. Property taxes is the one I'm actually working on right now. So from this bill, from this paycheck, I'm adding $300. So I had 2010, so I added 300, so now I had 2,310. And with this refund that I'm getting from my home insurance, I'm adding $475, which is bringing me to $2,785. So my actual yearly bill is $2,980. So I only need about $200 left to go on that one, and it's due at the end of May. So we are doing good with that one. So I'm pretty proud of that. Mom life insurance, that one I'm due in June and July. I have I have a perm and a term, and they are worth different. So I need about $900.50 a year. I have $650 right now, and like I said, I'm due, my first one is in June and then July, so I still have some time for those ones. Once I'm done with my property taxes that is saved up on, I'm going to concentrate on the other ones. My dad life insurance, at this moment, my husband he has a perm and a term exactly the same as me, but it's like double the price as me because he was a smoker. However, this year he's been actually off smoking. He's actually quit. And I'm crossing my fingers for it to be permanent. But he's actually really been doing really good with it. So we are going to call them and see if we can get a discount on it for next year. So I'm crossing my fingers that we can bring these down a little bit as well. But at the moment, I'm not adding any money to it, but I have $550 allocated to it, and there's one due in July and then the other one due in August. So that is the bills. So technically, all our bill money, so what I took from my paychecks to transfer to my bills, is $13.20. So if I do this one minus this one, I have $12.70 left to play with. Okay. So after I pay my bills, I always start with my bills. I check what I need in my binder, I allocate the money to it, and then I pay my bills first and foremost. I always save enough to have at least, since I get like 2 paychecks a month, I save half of the bill and half of the bill. So that gives me my full paycheck, like the full amount for next month. And that's usually how I do it. It kind of wiggles a little bit, but that's the fun part about having some wiggle room in my budget. Variable expenses. Variable expenses are our groceries. So these are things that we spend out every week, pretty much. There's gas. There's dad spend. There's mom spend. There's kids. We do have 2 kids. One is 3, the other one is 2. So that includes any kind of diapers or cream or toys even. Pets. We do have a 100-pound dog and 2 Maine Coon cats. Household. That's anything like soap, paper toilet, or toilet paper, paper towel, or any kind of shampoo, conditioner kind of thing, like anything like household related that is in our house. And then we have eating out. And our groceries, I have allocated 200. Gas is 100. Dad spent, we both get $20 per 2-week period. It is not a lot, but at the moment we don't have too much to work with, so that's what we're trying to save as much as we can, so that's why we don't get as much. The kids are getting 50, pets are getting 50, household is also getting 20, and eating out is at 40. So if you calculate all of this, this adds up to $500. So if I do this minus this, I'm getting, what is it, $770 left. Okay. Our next category is our sinking funds. So those are just things, I'm not actually really concentrating on my sinking funds too extensive at the moment. I just want to put a little something aside in these specific categories just to make it feel like I actually am doing a little something. These are all categories that we spend out of in a yearly format, not specifically every week. So that's why I only allocate a little bit at a time. So that's home maintenance, car maintenance, medical, clothing like for adults, like our clothing. The kids' clothes is in the kids. Self-care, family fun, gifts, which is like miscellaneous gift, like baby shower, niece or nephew birthday, or a birthday party for the kids, or like a wedding shower or whatever, those kind of miscellaneous gifts, and a miscellaneous envelope for anything else. So that's 8 envelopes at $5 each. So that's $40 right there for sinking funds. And I also needed a buffer of 40 since we went to my daughter's dance concert this weekend, and I totally forgot to budget for like getting the girls a flower like at the end of their dance. It's their first year. They're three years old, and it's their first year of doing dance, so I really wanted to make it memorable for them. So when they got off stage, we had a flower to give to them, and they were all excited. So it was sure worth the $40, let me tell you. The girls loved it. So that makes it $590 is what I have left. $590 left. after these two. And then our next category is going to be saving. So savings, I'm allocating $360. And how I decided that number is I kind of made a bit of a game plan, how much I wanted to put in every envelope. And then I just allocated money towards that way. So that's where the 360 comes from. I try to bulk up the savings as much as possible because we are trying to get new windows for the kids' bedrooms. The windows we have in the kids' bedroom is original from the house, and it's like a 1980, so it does need an upgrade. And since it's the kids' bedrooms and I hate to see them being sick because it's cold, hot, cold, hot, hot, cold, like it just varies so much because of the lack of insulation in the windows. The air circulates too much, and I don't like it because we close the doors at night, so I always bump up the heat in their bedrooms. So I just want to get their bedrooms as comfortable as possible. So the windows are very important, and that's where the savings come into play. That's what this savings is actually going towards at this moment. So that's why we concentrate on that. And I don't even know how much is that. 302. So 230 is going to pay off debt. Yeah. Not that I don't take not like my debt, it's not important. It's just I have so many savings challenges that I want to save with, and that's what's taking a lot of my money. But it's all good. We're gonna get through it. It's fine. So debt is getting the rest of it. So that is a zero-based budget to end with. So that is what I have for you guys today. Just watch out for the video. I'm gonna cash stuff my this money in my next video, so keep an eye out for that. And also I'm gonna be doing a financial hop goals video coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. That's gonna be exciting. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye guys.